Hi, welcome to Math 87, Lesson 134. In this lesson, we're going to talk about probability, chance, and odds. Probability, chance, and odds are different ways of expressing the likelihood that an event will occur. Recall that probability is a ratio of the number of ways a particular event can happen to the total number of equal likely possible outcomes. So basically, probability is the number of favorable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. So looking at the spinner, the drawing of a spinner, if we were going to write the probability that the spinner will end up in region A, we would see that there is one A and there are 4 total regions. So the probability would be 1/4 or 1 over 4. Now we can use the word chance and a percent to describe the possibility that the spinner will land in A. Since the fraction is 1/4, we know that's equivalent to 25% chance. So chance would be expressed as 25%. And while probability is a ratio of the number of favorable outcomes to the number of possible outcomes, odds is a ratio of the number of favorable outcomes to the number of unfavorable outcomes. So using the spinner, for example, there is 1 favorable outcome, 1 landing in A, and there are 3 unfavorable outcomes. So odds would be expressed as 1, 2, 3. And that 2 is kind of a sad looking little 2, but so odds are 1 to 3, probability is 1/4, and chance is 25%. Now, if we said, let's say we looked at the weather forecast, and it said there's a 20% chance of rain. We want to look at what the probability is that it will rain, what the odds are that it will rain, and what the chance is that it will rain. Now, first off, we see 20% chance of rain. That's 20 over 100, which is the probability. 20 over the possible, 20 over the chance of they say favorable, I guess, if you consider rain favorable. But 20 over the favorable is the favorable over the total possible, which is 1/5. So probability it will rain is 1/5. Now, 1/5, going back to this 20% chance of rain. So we already know the chance, but 1/5 is the probability. So 1 is the favorable outcome. 5 is the unfavorable outcome, or is the total outcome. But since there are 5 total possibilities, 1 is favorable, 4 are unfavorable. So the odds it will rain are 1 to 4. Now, to express chance as a probability, actually, I'm sorry, I don't want to go into that. Let's say if the odds are 3 to 2, let's go back. I'm sorry, I missed a part. The odds that a marble drawn from a bag will be red is 3 to 2. What is the probability that a red marble will be drawn, and what is the chance that a red marble will be drawn? First off, the odds are 3 to 2. So we know there are 3 favorable outcomes, 2 unfavorable outcomes. That gives us a total of 5 possibilities. So the probability of a red marble being drawn is 3. That's the favorable outcome. Probability is 3 over 5, or 3/5. The chance that will be drawn is 3/5. We convert to a percentage, 60%. So let's just remember, odds is a ratio of favorable outcomes to unfavorable outcomes. Probability is a ratio of favorable outcomes to all possible outcomes, and chance is a percent. There are some practice problems I'd like you to practice. Check your answers to the practice problems in Canvas.